Thank the chairman. I thank the chair for calling this hearing. Mr. Nowrester, I assume that when you say you'd like a future with more Americans, that includes Jocelyn Ungare. Do you know Jocelyn Ungare? Have you talked to her mother, Alexis?
I know her. She was murdered by an illegal immigrant in Houston.
People who were released into this country with a notice to appear in court did not appear and then violently killed a young woman and is now dead. And her mother lost her. And she's one of dozens, hundreds, thousands of examples of Americans who are dead because of policies that were advocated for by the Biden administration and people parading around as libertarians. Ms. Vaughn.
Parading around as libertarians? What does that mean?
Ms. Vaughn. It means exactly what it means. It's my time, not yours.
That's a personal offense.
It's my time, not yours. I don't have any time to listen to libertarian claptrap.
I know you don't have any time to listen.
That is killing Americans, because that's what you're doing, and you're hiding behind
killing
a brand
Americans?
That is resulting in the death of Americans.
That's a heck of a thing to say to somebody, sir. That is totally false, and I take exception to that.
It's true, and everybody in America knows it.
I've not killed anybody, sir, and that is really exceptional.
Welcome to Inside Washington, where power meets accountability, and you get a clear view of how decisions are made in America's capital. We deliver direct, unfiltered coverage of congressional and senatorial hearings. No spin, no commentary, just the facts as they unfold, from tough questioning to pivotal moments in policymaking. We bring you the conversations shaping the future of the nation. Get informed. Get involved. This is Inside Washington.
Ms. Vaughn, when you go talk to Alexa Ungare and talk about her daughter no longer being with us.
Beneath you as an individual to say that to somebody,
Ms.
sir.
Vaughn, on June 25th, 2024, DHS Office of Inspector General released a report entitled CBP has limited information to assess interview waived non-immigrant visa holders. Are you familiar with that report?
Yes.
In that report, is it not true? It says here that the report found the Biden administration expanded a COVID-era policy of waiving visa applicant interviews and fingerprint collecting to reduce visa backlogs and staffing shortages, which worsened at the peak of the pandemic. Is that correct?
Yes.
Biden took this COVID-era policy to admit over 7 million foreign nationals from across the globe into the United States. Does that sound correct?
The numbers in later years are more like 9 million a year.
It's certainly significant numbers of people, millions, without having DHS interview them.
Yes.
DHS failed to fingerprint an unknown number of visas applicants during the 2020 to 2023 period, correct?
Yes, and actually part of that responsibility is on the State Department as well.
Do you find this discovery particularly troubling?
Absolutely. It underscores how much the Biden administration and others before it emphasized swiftness in processing, just moving these applications through, getting to yes, rubber stamping approvals over making the correct decision. And it emphasizes that vetting is not just a matter of looking people up in a database that may or may not have relevant information to the decision. Interviews are a way for them to establish the credibility of the applicant and whether they actually qualify for the visa.
I want to ask you about the visa waiver program as well. It ostensibly does not require an alien to possess a visa to enter the country, correct?
Correct.
And it's a gaping vulnerability in our legal immigration system, right?
Inherently, yes.
So with respect to that, are you familiar with the South American theft groups, particularly Chile, who commit burglary tourism through the visa waiver program?
I've heard a lot about them from law enforcement agencies.
For a time, Chile, a VWP program, refused to provide U.S. authorities the required background information on its nationals seeking entry into the United States despite entering into a security shared agreement in 2013. Are you familiar with that?
Yes.
So I sent a letter to DHS Secretary Noem and State Department Secretary Rubio to alert them to Chile's abuse. I'd like to insert that into the record without objection.
Without objection.
And DHS informed my office that Chile is now apparently complying with the agreed upon security agreements. However, because so many Chilean criminals have established theft rings across the nation thanks to the VWP, these theft groups have recruited Chilean nationals with no criminal record to enter the U.S. through the VWP to commit burglary tourism. Are you familiar with that extension?
If you found this content valuable, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more in-depth coverage.
Yes, yes.
And it's a real problem. And this is the kind of thing that multiplies when we have a lack of seriousness on these issues, correct?
Correct, and it exists with Irish contractors in the Boston area as well. They totally exploit these people.
Last question here. With respect to the U visa program, that presents an opportunity for alleged illegal alien crime victims to obtain work authorization and protection from deportation, correct?
Yes.
And on January 6, 2022, the DHS OIG again released a report entitled USCIS U visa program is not managed effectively and is susceptible to fraud, correct?
Yes.
I could go through a whole litany of things, but I don't have the time to do that. But I'd like to just acknowledge that problem, that OIG has recognized another problem, and I'll just finish with this, since I represent the southwest corner of Austin. Don't blame me for the downtown Austin stuff. But Mr. Brown, I'd like you to be able to have a minute to expand just a little bit further on how that abuse of the U visa program affected your life because of what we allow to occur and what that did to you and your family.
My wife still has trouble talking about it. And it felt like we were under siege. And it was confusing. We had no idea what was going on. And if I didn't have the background that I have, a little bit of law, a little bit of Homeland Security, I'm not sure most people would even know what happened. That's my biggest concern, is that people who are victimized like this, they don't know. If they don't know that a U visa program exists, how will they ever know to ask for that discovery? We have some prosecutors who we know refuse to disclose or even certify U visas until after a case is concluded.
Gentleman's time's expired.
There's something called the Brady Doctrine.
That's it for this session on Capitol Hill. Here at Inside Washington, our mission is to give you direct access to the key moments, voices, and decisions driving the nation forward. If you appreciate clear, unfiltered coverage from inside Congress and the Senate, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to stay up to date with the latest from inside Washington. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next hearing.